The United States is set to overtake Saudi Arabia and Russia to become the world's largest producer of oil and natural gas in 2013. All of that is thanks in large part to fracking. Also this year, China is expected to become the largest oil importer in the world, overtaking the United States. That's changing the geopolitical landscape. CCTV's Nathan King has more.
Has been the mutual trust.
A 1958 video for Aramco, the U.S.-Saudi Arabia oil partnership that guaranteed U.S. oil imports for 3 generations. But that relationship could now turn upside down. The hydraulic fracturing boom means the U.S. could cover all its energy needs itself from the Americas, with imports needed only from Canada and Mexico. And Saudi Arabia is noticing. Saudi prince and billionaire investor Al-Walid bin Talal recently urged the kingdom to rapidly diversify its economy. Saudi Arabia is still 92% dependent on oil revenues. But it's not just Saudi Arabia under threat by sagging exports of oil to the U.S. Venezuela, whose oil boom under the late Hugo Chavez transformed the country. It now could see a loss of revenue and regional power. Nigeria too, as well as countries who once thought that oil could be used as a global bargaining chip.
So a country like Iran, when you see U.S. production going up by 2 to 3 million barrels per day, as it has, that was equivalent to their exports. So suddenly it raises a question on global terms. Do you have any leverage if you're a 2 to 3 million barrel per day exporter?
The Iranian hostage crisis of 1979 and the U.S. oil crisis of 1973 exposed just how reliant America was on Middle East oil. U.S. energy independence could mean a dramatic shift in U.S. interests in the Middle East. The government could be less politically and militarily involved in the region. American ships might guarantee the global oil market remains open, however, a market that may be carrying U.S. exports. And while the U.S. is the early winner in this race for extractable oil and gas using hydraulic fracking, reserves are being found across the globe.
Opportunities for expansion are tremendous. You're seeing very large potential resources in China. In particular, countries like Argentina have huge resources that could potentially be brought in the marketplace.
However, fracking may not lead to a simple list of global winners and losers. For one thing, all this extra supply could push oil and gas prices down. That could be a problem for nations with large shale deposits, as it costs more to extract oil and gas this way than by traditional drilling. The real winner, however, could be the global consumer. Lower prices, more supply, less dependence on the Middle East.
Yeah, the transformation of energy use could also be on the horizon for China too, considered to have by far the largest reserves of shale, oil and gas in Asia. As the US looks to energy independence in the coming decade, could China be next, Mike? To you.
Fascinating stuff. Thanks so much, Nathan.